idea. Okay, go. Me talking about a serious topic?
Not me getting nervous.
Not me crying. Literally. I go back to being depressed again.
In the video made you realize you're still in the depression.
That's true. That's a fact, though. This is the story of my experience with post-grad depression. She's a buddy, yada yada.
Depression.
Right. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a slightly different video, but I think it's one that I hope is super helpful and eye-opening to a lot of people who either are about to graduate college, or maybe if you graduated recently, or have been graduated for quite a while. I don't know. I hope that this video helps you, maybe is a form of comfort, or, you know, just wanted to share my story. So here we go. So I graduated from college in 2018, and it was probably one of the most exciting and yet most terrifying moments I've ever experienced. So when I graduated college, I was actually in a very fortunate position where I had a job lined up already, and I was actually meant to start the following week after I graduated. So I graduated, I believe, on a Friday, and I think I started work like the following Monday. I really only gave myself a few days to kind of relax, accept, you know, I was done with college. And, you know, for the first few weeks of after graduating and starting this new job, I was so excited and just feeling proud that I had made it. I was finally an adult in the big world, right? I basically spent 5 days a week on a 2-hour commute, kind of round trip, working 8-hour days with no time for myself. And I was excited because in theory I had landed my dream job, or what I thought was my dream job. I had always wanted to be an event planner. I went to school for hospitality. I learned restaurant management, but I knew that events or weddings or just anything with the event world was what I wanted to do. And I was lucky enough to get a job as an event coordinator. And, you know, I really tried to romanticize going to work. I, you know, would try to be excited about the hour-long commute into the city. Even driving through downtown LA, I kept having to remind myself, like, I wanted this, I'm doing it, like, I am where I wanted to be. And through all of that, I just still couldn't help but feel kind of unhappy in where I was. And I didn't quite know why, because I was, again, like, living my dream job. It's kind of a weird feeling because you should be grateful for all these amazing things, and yet I was grateful, but just not happy. Yeah, I was, you know, working all the time, and I had no time to socialize because I
have to wake up early, drive an hour, go to work for 8 hours, drive an hour to an hour and a half back home, get home when it was like 8 o'clock, make dinner.
And on the weekends, I was so tired and exhausted from all those drives. There was no time for me to kind of live my life, I guess, as freely as I kind of thought adulthood would be. So after working and not doing a whole lot outside of that, I quickly realized, like,
This is it?
Like, I had this moment of just thinking, all this hard work, all these years of school, got the degree, got the paper, all to join the workforce, and this was it. During my free time and long car rides, I couldn't help but compare myself to my friends or people I saw on social media, because I would see them working their full-time jobs and still being able to go out to drinks with their friends and go to bars and go to nice dinners or go shopping. Like, everyone kind of seemed like their lives were thriving, like they were completely winning at this, like, adulting game. Like, I was just like, how are these people doing it? Obviously there must be a way where I can you know, be happy as an adult. But right now it's just really hard and I'm not happy.
This adulting thing was not it. It was not for me.
With each day that kind of went by, I kind of noticed myself going a little numb to the life that I was living. Nothing really seemed that exciting, and my motivation started to go downhill really quickly. Like on weekends, even when I did have the ability and the time to do something, I spent a lot of my time honestly just sleeping. If I wasn't at work, I was literally just resting. And I also, like, little sidetrack to this, but I was also on this form of birth control, which I could really feel was messing with my emotions. Like, I felt, in a way, I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling this way. I was blaming it all on like this birth control. I was like, but I realized that I had felt this way even before starting it. So birth control enhanced my unhappiness. I don't know, like, it just, there was a like combination of things that was making me like really feel like crap. We're well into October and it's my birthday.
And I'm a big birthday fan. I love my birthday.
I love being with my friends. I just like being surrounded with people that I love. And yet for this birthday, I just like couldn't help but dread the idea sitting at a table with people and having to talk about how work was, or, you know, how our lives were feeling, with me just feeling unhappy. Like, so obviously the dinner still happened and the dinner was nice. It's the end of the night, driving home with my roommates, and I get home, and literally as soon as I enter my doorstep,
I fully have a breakdown.
And I had never experienced anything like it. And I actually have suffered from anxiety for the majority of my life. So I know what anxiety attacks look like and feel like. But this was so different. I literally entered my doorstep and burst into tears and fell on the floor and would not get up. And no, it wasn't because I was just like super drunk. I basically fell to the ground crying, and my housemates were literally lifting me up to like sit me up so that I could actually say some words. I'm honestly so lucky to have them and for them being so patient with me, because they just sat with me and talked out everything. And after a lot of Kim Kardashian ugly crying faces and drowning in my tears, I basically accepted the fact that I was unhappy in my work. I honestly no longer wanted any part of it. I basically like didn't want to adult anymore. I just wanted to be a hermit. So basically by the end of the night, I was like, I need to quit my job. Like, that's making me so unhappy. I need to quit that, because that's obviously like the stem of the issue. There was a lot of other ones obviously, but that one felt like the easiest fix. And I basically realized I needed to take some time off to just reflect. You go from being a student for 16 plus years and then jump straight into working 8 hours a day. Like, the body needs a break, you know, like a girl needed to rest. And so that's kind of what I did. Within that same week, I said a arrivederci to the job. I quit the job. And that was a big, you know, move, because that was, again, my dream job. And I just had to leave it because I just like couldn't even do it anymore. Basically shut myself from everybody. I luckily lived with 2 of like my best friends, so like that was fine. But anybody else, I just shut them out. I didn't go on social media. Nothing. And I just sat at home for about a month. And it sounds kind of weird if I, like, once I was reflecting about how I was feeling depressed while going through the motions and living a normal life. And yet I thought that the way to fix that was to dive deeper into depression and sit alone in my living room for a month. Kind of seems like backwards, like, but I really did feel like I just needed time to relax and reflect and just digest the big changes that had happened. And during that 1 month period, honestly, it's a really big blur. Now I don't remember a whole lot of what I really did or anything, but so my camera died, but I'm gonna have to film the rest of this on my phone, so I hope the quality isn't drastically different. But where was I? So I kind of sat at home, reflected, kind of regrouped myself. Definitely had to do a lot of resting. I think that was super important for me, was to just take a break, because after going from being a student to working full-time, I was overworked, my brain was fried, I just wanted to chill. So eventually, kind of started to run out of money, and it was time that I get a job. And I was starting to get anxiety all over again because I had kind of worked to get to a place where I had accepted that you don't need to have it all figured out right now. And I had just finally realized that, like, I don't need to have it all together. I don't need to have the dream job. I don't need to know exactly what life path I'm gonna take or who fully I am. And there's a lot of pressure to feel like you have all your shit together. But the realization is, you graduating college is honestly the entryway to you figuring out who you are as a human being. It is finally the time for you to explore who you want to be, who you are, your hobbies, the people you want to surround yourself with. It's just the time for you to figure out who you are and what you want and why you want it, you know? And once I had, realized that, I was so proud of myself. But now I was like, shit, now I have to find a job. So what do I want to do? That event coordinator job wasn't making me happy. So I was starting to question my whole degree and, didn't really want to do an office job anymore because that's what I kind of had. I kind of just decided I needed a job to pay the bills. And I literally became a barista. I got a job at Alfred Tea Room all the way in Brentwood. But I basically just took a job and I realized, like, this is not going to be the forever job. I'm not meant to be doing that right now. Like, for myself, I just thought, like, it wasn't for me. I should not be in a job where I feel stuck. And I basically just took it so I could pay my bills. That was like the best move I basically ever made. Because for the next year, I basically entered like this huge journey of self-discovery, of self-love, and I learned a lot about my beliefs and my values, and I really reevaluated and almost for the first time had the opportunity to think about what it is that I want out of my life, what I value in the people around me, what I value in myself. And that was honestly all thanks to the people I had around me, because everyone that worked there had just graduated and we were all almost going through the same thing, the same feeling of like, what are we doing? Like, this was a transitional job for all of us. We all helped each other figure out like what we wanted. And it wasn't until months later, once, I was in that job, that I realized that I was no longer depressed. Like, I had gone out of it. I was super proud of who I was becoming and just enjoying the journey of self-discovery and just the journey of life, honestly. Now, gone through it and everything, I just wish that someone had said, after you graduate and getting a job or whatever, like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. That transitional period from going as a college student to joining the workforce, like, it's not easy. And it's not, gonna be served to you with the cherry on top. I just wanted to share my story because not enough people do this and not enough people talk about, I don't know, like, the crappiness of graduating college. Like, and it's not for everybody. Obviously, each person is different. I've seen a variety of people deal with their own form of this post-graduation blues or depression or funk or whatever, and for some people it's super extreme and for some people it isn't. Once I realized that, adulting is hard, and it's okay that it is hard because you are going through a major life turning point. I think it's just important to know that you're not alone. Those moments of doubt will come, but there also is going to be a lot of exploration and self-growth, and it's a journey and it's a process. And the sooner we all accept that and the sooner that information is out there, the easier it will be for us to become adults that function and that are, thriving or whatever. But that's kind of my story. I definitely have planned more videos to come out, hopefully talking more about post-grad. One of the big things I wanted to do with this channel was help people that have kind of experienced similar things, help people, guide them through their adulthood journey. I wish that there had been a channel out there when I was going through this that was honest about what the journey was like. I want to be raw and I want to be honest and I want to talk about this. So yeah, I'll have more videos coming soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you. And thank you. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.